Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the long range weather forecast discussion. And this is for the period from March 20th through April 3rd. And I'm James Munley. Gotta wait here for this to start. Gotta wait here for this to start. Okay, we're gonna look at the period first from March 20th to 24th. And what you see here is the pattern remains amplified with the ridge in the west, troughing in the east. The ridge will cause summer-like temperatures with possible daily high temperatures recorded for portions of the desert southwest, the Intermountain West, and the plains. The trough in the east will cause below colder than normal temperatures, and from the upper Midwest to the northeast. Okay, now we have an atmospheric river event going on right now, and we can take a look at that. Let me get there. You can take a look at we have a steady stream of moisture moving in to the northwest. So we'll give me a second and I'll get there. And you can see right here, you can see the moisture coming in right here. This is the visible satellite. We'll also take a look at the water vapor imagery, and you can see the moisture that is coming in. One thing we'll take a look at here is also the integrated water vapor imagery. Okay, we'll go here and we'll look at this. This is for the North Pacific. This is the integrated water vapor analysis, and you can see the amount of moisture that is coming in to the northwest. There's a very deep moisture along with strong winds. Okay, also, this will gradually relax as we go through the weekend. Now, another thing we have here is that ridge in the west that is causing very warm temperatures. And we can take a look at the current temperature maps here. So look at these temperatures. This is current 90 degrees, 97 degrees, 100 degrees, 90 degrees in California. This is unusual even for California. The normal highs around 80. And they're way above that, right? But here, the east will remain cool with a gradual moderation, and I'll show you what we're going to look at going into the weekend. The eastern trough will also cause some unsettled weather for the east. Now, during this time of year, chance for the northeast mid-Atlantic, chances of snow now, since we're going past St. Patrick's Day now and so forth, is around 10 to 20%. Doesn't mean it can't happen, but it could. Now, the chances are greater across New England, okay? But here we will have a series of systems move across the northern stream. You can see here it'll bring some snow to New England here across this area. Even though it's March going towards spring, we can still have cold shots of air like we're getting now in the northeast. All right. So we could take a look at that. Where am I? Okay, we're going to take a look at these temperatures. Now we go to 2 p.m. See, 101, 96. Still remains cool here, but then watch as we go to towards the weekend. The heat kind of expands eastward. All right, as this ridge expands, still remains fairly cool for the northeast. We reach the 60s, but still low 90s here in parts of Texas, low 90s here in parts of the southwest, but this is early in the day for them. And then we go further into the night. Now you can see into the day 96. Can't figure that out. 87, 77, 94. This will be the strong heat that will be occurring across this area. All right. Um, okay. We're gonna look at the period now from March 25th to 29th. Now this is the GFS trough ridge configuration. Trough in the east still remains cool. We have a brief de-amplification of the flow. You can see it here, and then we come to the end of the period, and then you can see that we have the trough that comes back according to the GFS. Now we'll look at the European. Still a little bit of a trough here, also a trough digging down into the northwest, but overall much of the country is under a zonal flow with above normal heights. So for this forecast period, I am calling for above normal temperatures for much of this area here with the anomalies of 10 degrees or more, even 20 degrees above normal across this area in the red. And for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here, probability of occurrence 35%. Below normal precipitation here, probability of occurrence is about 40-45% in this area here. All right, we're going to look at the period as we end the month of March. This would be from March 30th to April 3rd. We look at the GFS, still a bit of a trough here in the west, but we're on the eastern side of the trough, ridging here in the east. The European has a trough out here, zone of flow in the east. The ensembles are generally a zone of flow above normal heights. So for this forecast period, I am calling for a little change in the temperature anomalies and for precipitation. Calling for above normal precipitation here. Probability of occurrence 35%. Below normal precipitation here. And for this region, probability of occurrence is 35%. So that's just giving you a brief rundown of what's going on. We see these current temperatures here, very warm, and to sum it up, they will move gradually into the plains in the Midwest as we can eventually onto the east. It won't be that hot here, but we'll reach probably above normal temperatures going into the weekend. Now, as far as the atmospheric river event goes, we'll take a look at the rainfall amounts. All right, we'll go here, look at the precipitation. Look at this at 12-hour intervals. This is the GFS. We have amounts, this is, I said in 12-hour intervals, and we get close to like 0.60, 0.50. Over an inch here across northwest Washington, about an inch and a half. Then it starts to wind down a little bit. So that's in 6-hour period. That will be the extent of this. Now, snowfall will probably be at the highest elevations, and we'll take a look at that too. We'll do 6 hours. Try to stay uniform. All right, so here's snowfall amounts. You don't see much because it's in the highest elevations. Perhaps a little bit here across northern Washington. And then it moves into Idaho, so it'll be in the highest elevations for the snowfall. Nothing much to worry about. Parts of the Midwest from the historic snowfall is still covered by a lot of snow. That'll probably stick around for a while, but some of the areas that have like a couple inches, that probably is gone today, even with the March angle of the sun. A lot of it was probably melted by afternoon. All right, so we'll take a look at our let's see. Anything else I want to go over? All right, so that is it now. That is the long range weather forecast discussion for March 20th to April 3rd. Thank you for stopping by and have